Uh-oh.
Does a woman's body count really matter? And should it matter?
That's.
Come on now, fellas.
No, I think look,
I'm
the
gonna
numbers
say.
in it.
I'm gonna
Go
say
ahead.
in reality, it really don't matter. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
In a way where, I mean, you want to know where she came from on the background side. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, I ain't just saying if she was. I ain't saying like if she was a prostitute, that's go over with. But as far as if she was dating and then her relationship and y'all old and y'all mingled together, then it really don't matter. You know, that's how I look at it. Because I ain't finna judge you on your body count unless you was a prostitute, really on papers. You know, but as far as if you had relationship stuff don't work out. You know, of course you're gonna have, and I want her a little season. I'm gonna just be honest. Like, I don't want. I ain't. I mean, I ain't.
Hold it.
I ain't saying it like that. I'm saying this how I'm saying like I don't
Boy
want no
said,
you know how people be saying
razzle
the
dazzle. Boy, you
virgin.
crazy.
Yeah, I don't want that because it's like she gonna be curious. You gonna go through the whole phase, man. I'm just being honest. Everybody went through their whole phase, and that's part of the game, man. I'm just being honest, real unfiltered on it. So I'm just being. So it's like it's a process with that. I ain't gonna go into detail, but it's a process with that though. But
I
I
mean,
think it don't matter though. Me,
I,
I mean, it's important to know. I need to know
oh man,
that
hey,
number. If that
don't
number too
put you
crazy,
up.
mm,
bro.
I don't want to
If
know.
that number too crazy, I might cut my losses. That's just me though. But some people aren't even mature enough to even have that conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah.
because they'll
Who's
end a
to say
lot of
you even know
relationships
her
before they
count? You know what I'm
begin.
saying? Who's to say she's gonna give you the right count?
You're right.
But for me, I feel like that
Right.
count matters, bro, because it shows you what type of woman you're dealing with. But then again, we all have a history. You know what I'm saying? We try to move forward and build something together. I think that count is a man. I don't know, bro.
Yeah, it's hard.
I
It's hard. You think
It's
about it,
I
hard
think
man.
because
It's hard.
they gonna turn around and flip that thing and be like, well, you was, so what's the
Come on,
problem?
man.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know, bro. I'm torn between that, but
yeah,
Because
yeah.
you gotta think about the men body
yeah,
count kind of already be high. So it's like, of course they sleeping with the women. So
maybe
it's like,
back in the day, but these days the women,
About the
hey
same now, huh?
man, hey, it's neck for neck.
we
You
is.
crazy? Boy, you be in the corner crying somewhere once you
You
find
know
out
what I'm
you get
saying? You ain't mature enough to
so.
even.
that.
You don't even want the answer to that question right
Yeah,
at this
yeah,
stage.
yeah.
You don't want the answer to that
Hey,
question.
But that's why
But
that's why I go back to
I'm in my, I'm
man.
locked
Oh,
in. We good, but I'm just saying,
I think it
yeah,
depends
yeah.
on
if you can't handle the truth, don't answer, don't ask.
I think it depends on the plans for the woman. You know what I'm saying? If you know just messing with her, just having fun, no, the body count don't matter. If you plan on
Building something. Yeah.
girlfriend or something like that, I ask a lot of questions. But if you plan on marrying her and that young lady got over 500,000 miles on that body, listen,
Hey,
let that young lady
But
go.
who, like you
I'm a,
said,
I,
who? How you gonna really know for sure? You just going by word of mouth.
you know
You
You
what?
tell
you
you
you'll
too.
know when she hit that bedroom. You know what I'm saying?
I
You'll
feel like
know.
to give yourself a sense of peace, bro. We gotta normalize, and this is what I did early in my relationship. We gotta normalize. Let's go get tested together.
Okay.
Okay.
What's wrong with that? Let's go get tested together. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You put the little mind at ease. You don't get caught up in them numbers, bro. Don't get caught up in them numbers. If you're trying to
That and
build
that
somewhere, the
ain't,
numbers don't matter. But
yeah.
bro, I don't know, bro. If you can't handle that, don't.
The
Back to that.
numbers
I don't
don't
have.
matter, but at the end of the day, you got
It matters.
bruh from the fifth floor come tell you, yeah, I had her. You know what I'm saying? She was a blessing. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be sitting there looking crazy. You're gonna be hurt, bro. And this
Now
your wife
we
we talking about.
we don't want to. We'll change the numbers, bro.
Ooh.
We don't want
Jill.
them numbers. We don't
Jill,
want
what
them
you got?
numbers.
hey, who say it matter to it don't matter. Let's be real, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
No,
Yeah.
you can,
Yeah.
it matter to this point in time. 3 years from now, somebody else got it doing their thing. So it's only matter to the point if, you know what I'm saying, your ego or what you really think. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Unless you just really know. And it depends on how she carry herself, though. So at the end of the day, if she carrying herself like this, yeah, and she ain't really acting
Yeah,
wild, you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Y'all looking at the one that act wild out here doing the thing. If she just going through the levels of life and just really just got caught up in the mix. It just is what it is, though. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
We
You
are.
gotta
Yeah,
we
you can.
gotta look at the
Yeah,
women
Yeah.
like we look at ourselves, though. We just going through the mix, though. If you going for attention, though. But she gon' like I said, she gonna carry herself different if she really trying to fix herself, though.
Build
You know what I'm
something
saying?
with you,
Because
bro.
what if she prayed about it and said, forgive me for the sin? You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? She prayed with God about it. She ain't gonna tell you no more because she forgave that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of them things like
True,
how
true.
she carrying herself, though. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't nothing that we can get stuck in. it's just one of the things like how we gotta maneuver through life at the end of
Yeah.
the day. Cause she can go cross country and cross town. Somebody gonna settle for what it is though. So we gotta look at it like, let's be real. It only matter till it don't matter. You know, that's how I feel about it though. Cause we ain't gonna really know the. We might know
True.
the real answer. We might
You
don't. You know
never
what I'm
know.
saying? Like,
So it's just
Yeah.
like you
have
said, do
fun
you
with it.
really want to know the answer? So
Is
it's
it
just one
really
of the things.
important to you?
Exactly.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
carrying
You
herself
gonna
the
go down
way,
a
a
rabbit hole?
proper way. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And then you just gotta be, just gotta be willing to understand, like, hey, this life at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying. We
Yeah,
playing,
Yeah.
hey, we
Look at
playing
it like
chess, and
that.
hey,
Yeah.
we playing chess and Monopoly at the same time. You know what I'm
for
saying.
real.
At
What
the
you
end
got,
of the
Ken?
day,
I mean, I say, like it kind of depends. Cause I was thinking about it. I was like, let's say you get to know her first, and you get to feeling her first, and then you ask the number, and you and in your mind that number is higher than what you wanted to hear, and but you already kind of
Invested.
attached to her.
Oh, okay.
You may be like, okay, I've gotten to know her. I like the person that she is. And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
like Jeff was saying, this is how she's carrying herself now. If
Now.
she's
Yeah.
still acting
Yeah.
like
True. True. True.
if
True.
she's still acting like a woman that's out here in the streets, and you
Yeah.
hear that number
Mm-hmm.
that's too high for you, then
Leave it
you
up.
probably should keep it moving. But
Mm-hmm.
if she's carrying herself in a way that, like, hey, that's who I used to be, I've changed, then it
True.
shouldn't
True.
matter,
Yeah.
bro. But then I'll say this, where everybody have their preference. Like somebody might be like, I don't want nobody with kids, or I don't want nobody with this. And some people may be like, I don't want nobody that had this many sexual partners. And
Yeah.
to each his own. Like if that's your preference, stick to it. But I
mm-hmm.
want to say this too: you may be missing out on a good woman. You
Yeah. That's
feel
why I
me?
say go get tested together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
End of the day.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
said, hey,
yeah,
go get tested. You ain't got
yeah,
nothing. Okay, let ride.
yeah,
So
True. True. True.
if I would like at first, if you would have asked me this early in life, I would have been like, yeah, man. But
Yeah.
now,
Yeah. Yeah. Real.
Now you
yeah.
matured.
But now, and like Jeff was saying, bro, God forgive her. So
Yeah.
hey, we ain't no
True.
faith
True.
in God, homie. So we gonna
For
hold this
real.
against her. When God don't even hold it against her.
You
But
might miss out. Yeah. You're
like
right.
I said, you could miss out on a good woman looking at that. But like I
But
said, if she got a number that's too high for you and she carrying
yeah.
herself
Just
in a
keep it
certain way
moving,
that you don't rock with, then let her go, bro. Cause it's possible that she gonna keep doing, what she been.
what's too high of a number?
It's
Oh,
just
here
your
we go.
preference, or
Here we
yeah.
go. Here we
What's
go.
Hey,
too
hey,
what's too high?